I like doing game jams because they're fun to do. A little stressful, but fun. So I saw that the Brackeys game jam was coming up, and it was the Brackeys 2021.1 jam, in fact. I figured I wouldn't do it because the Wowie Jam 3.0, hosted by Jonas Tyroller, was coming up, so I figured I wouldn't. Well, that didn't happen. So when the jam started, I figured I'd check the theme, just to see what it was. Then I saw it. The theme was Stronger Together, and this theme was so amazing. So many ideas sprang to my mind, so I knew I had to join. So I did. But I decided to make it a bit harder by learning a new engine. So I decided this game would be made in GDevelop. I never made a full game in it before, but I had messed with it a bit already, just with prototyping and stuff. But I didn't really know much, like at all with it. So yeah, so let's do this, I guess. So the theme Stronger Together sparked many ideas in my head. I decided the game would be where you gain abilities as you save more people. So in GDevelop, I used the default platform controller and I tweaked some values, so it's not really the default one anymore. I made some basic ground art and character art, and I decided I wanted a simpler color palette. So I used a color palette that mainly stuck with a few colors in the hue of yellow. Once I got the platforming working, I started to make the core mechanic of the game. Ability gaining character manipulation. Yes. So I started to make that. First, I made it so you can control another character, and I made some art for breakable blocks. I made it so that when you had at least two characters, you could break these blocks. Dirt. Then I made it so that the other character is in a cage and you have to jump on it to unlock it and therefore be able to break dirt blocks. Now, quick side note, this video isn't divided by days because everything kind of blends together. I remember what happened, but not on which days, so yeah. Then I started to design the tutorial and made it so little speech bubbles would pop up when you got to certain sensors to see the previous text. After that, I put together 3 levels together with not much hassle. The first 2 were tutorials, and one after uses pre-implemented mechanics. Then I made the 4th level. In this level, you would get 3 people and be able to open doors. It took a long while to get working. I'll skip the talk, but it took a really long time. But once I got that working, it was about the middle of the gym. Then I realized I didn't have enough time to add more mechanics and more levels. So I started to add story bits to older levels and a new story level. Just to kind of flesh things out and make it fit the theme better and be a bit more interesting. When making the 5th level, the story level, I ran into an issue. It was going to use the text system from level 2 that was for the tutorial, but I couldn't get that working. I had way too much text for the game to handle, and the game just wouldn't load, so it would just crash every time I tried to boot it up. So I made a brand new text system. Fun. I know. It's very fun. So I basically spent the better part of the Thursday night that I was making the text system. I did manage to do it, and I started to make the final level. I made an animation for the start of the final level, and then made the final level. I'm not spoiling it because play the game, please, please. The next day, during my free time at school, I made some music for the game. The full soundtrack is in a different video that I will link in the description. Yeah. After that, I made it so you could finish the game, and I put together a pretty bad song to play at the end. Saturday, which was the final day of the jam, I finished up some stuff, and right after I submitted the game, I played it through again and found out, well, after completing the 5th level, you go back to the first one. So luckily I caught that, and the game was finished and submitted. Now, the rating period is still open at the time of recording this, and I hope this video will be out while it is still open. But so far, most of my feedback has mainly been the controls feel a little weird because I I couldn't figure out how to make a custom layout. So basically what I had to do is I had to do arrow keys and space for platforming controls, but then you have V, B, and N for your other controls. And then also in the 5th level, there's one jump you need to make where you have to run. And to run you have to press N, but from what I can tell, because I submitted it to a few streamers to try it out, a lot of them just kind of forgot that you could even run. So that was pretty problematic. So I'll probably make an updated version after the jam's done. Yeah. So that was making a cave in for the Brackeys jam. 2021.1. Uh, I am currently doing the Wowie jam, like I planned. Things are going well. Um, I just need to finish up some stuff, add some effects, and make a better final level than my placeholder. This is the final day of the Wowie jam as I'm recording this. But yeah, um, if you like. If you don't, and subscribe. Peace.